Well, Gary, you must be very happy with the performance today, and the team's shaping up really well for the big match again next week against Hibs.
Yeah, I think that's two games in a row now where we've played really well. Deserved the 3 points in both games, created numerous chances in both games. Looked quite solid defensive, in fact very solid today, but even last week we were solid. We just made 2 individual errors that conceded goals to Dundee United. So all in all, over the last couple of weeks we've got ourselves away for that little bit of trouble that we had got ourselves into with no winning for 4 or 5 games, and we've pulled away for that now, and it's now on to us to try and go and finish the season on a real high.
I think it really has to be said, you created a lot of chances, especially in that first half. You must have been wondering when the goal was going to come.
Yeah, I think that was, they were saying about my celebration with the first goal. I think that was just relief for me, because when you have that many chances and none of them go in, you start to think it's not going to be your day. But to be fair to the players, we spoke to them at half time, be patient, just keep doing the same as you done in the first half. And they done that, and I think it was 70 minutes we got the goal, but the players, they had belief in each other, listening to them in the change room, that if they just kept doing what they were doing, they would eventually score, and that's great when the players have got belief in each other.
Stephen Dobbie again, what can you say about that?
Yeah,
man?
Fantastic. I thought him and Linden caused real problems today, whether they were dropping into the hole behind the air midfield or whether they were chasing balls over the top. I thought the two of them linked up really well. They were a real handful. His 2 goals were probably his hardest 2 chances he had all day. His first one's a volley coming over his shoulder, I think, keeps it down, great strike, and his second one's a magnificent individual goal. And these 2 goals that he scored, there's not many players especially in this league, that could have scored the 2 goals that he scored today, and as you said, we're fortunate to have him.
There was a thing there, I think I heard you saying when you were talking to the press earlier, that for a while it was like a battle between him and
especially when he got his 2 goals, it was a battle to try and get that hat-trick, and I said to him in there, are you disappointed? He says, no. He says, I got one this season, then you get another one. So I think deep down he'll maybe be a wee bit disappointed, with the amount of chances that we created for him. But that's credit to the players as well. It's not just Stephen creating the chances himself, it's credit to the players. And you'd need to see the one in the first half where Linden slides in, that we can't tell from where we are. You need to trust that the ref's got that right and the linesman's got that right. But over the piece, I think we dominated the game from start to finish. I can't remember Lee Robinson have many saves to make. And it was important for us as a team that we could build on last week's performance. We've done that, and we're now going to the Hibs game looking forward to it for what will be a very, very difficult game.
Is the pressure off you for that when Hibs have to try and win the league and all
No,
that kind of things?
I don't think it is, because we need to, for me, I want to test myself against the best manager in the league. I want to test the players to test themselves against the best squad in the league. What I spoke about earlier was maybe you're going into the game where you don't need a result. And that, I don't mean that in terms of we'll not be trying to get a result, but if you were, say, maybe second bottom of the league, you're going to Easter Road, you need to get a result because the games are running out. Because we've won the last 2 games, we've sort of took that little bit of pressure away, and hopefully that means the players can go and play with a little bit of freedom, because it'll be an intimidating atmosphere for a lot of them. I think there'll be a sellout because Hibs will probably have a chance of winning the league that day, so you'll think it'd be anything for 17 to 20,000. I'm sure I'll take a bit of stick being an ex-Hearts player at Easter Road. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to going and watch the team because they've given me a real confidence with the last 2 performances. They've been very good going forward. We've looked good in the main defensively. And they deserve credit, the players, for getting 7 points out of the last 3 games.
Well, Ian, another poor result for you just now, and I think you were describing that as abysmal to the press a few minutes ago. What can you do now? How do we get out of this hole?
Well, first of all, the game, it was abysmal, and we didn't show enough character. The first half was poor, albeit I thought they fought hard, but the first half was really, really poor. And but the second half, as you saw, the first 10 minutes we started great. Had 2 or 3 corners, had a great delivery into the box. But then after that, we capitulated and we made too many basic errors. It's not as if, I want the fans to know, it's not as if the players don't care and they're not trying, but we have got a lot of good players, we've got a lot of talented players, but they need to show character now. I've got to show character, I hope I do, but they've got to as well, because I genuinely believe that a win today would have kept this club up, and it would be a fantastic achievement if we can do that. But listen, it's not all doom and gloom, because you can see the results, we're not out of it. Obviously there's still 3 or 4 teams in it, but if this wasn't must win today, then obviously it now makes next week must win, simple as that.
It took a long time after the match to come out. Had you been talking with the players?
Yeah, I wasn't going mad or anything like that, but it was just horrendous disappointment. I think I was right in what I said about the type of game it would be. It was about on the pitch, which is far better than last year. And we wouldn't have a go at Jason or anybody. But it was about second balls and not making mistakes. And we made too many mistakes in dangerous areas of the pitch. And you know, them scoring the first goal, we became really ragged. And you know, they sat in and hit the counter, and they did it really well. And obviously, when the class player in the field scored a couple of the second goal was outstanding. But they both came from our mistakes when we just made too many basic mistakes and in really dangerous areas.
There's some of the complaints from behind us in the stand about not getting into that last third, maybe not making enough chances.
Yeah,
that must worry you.
It was right. That's right. You know, it's apart from the first 10 minutes of the second half, I don't think we did. You know, we didn't work the goal enough. We didn't have enough shots at goal. We didn't get enough bodies into in the first half. I thought when Nicky got to line a couple of times and crossed 2 or 3 good balls, we did have a few boys in the box, but it just wasn't good enough. We didn't realise how big it was. They've got to realise how big it is. It's just that was a huge 3 points and it's gone now.
At the back though, Greg Fleming some great saves throughout the match, and also Daryl Meggett I think played one of his best games for the club.
Yeah, I mean, he did well, and Greg made some good saves, but there was other parts of the games that weren't good, the same as the rest of them. So I mean, we're all in it together, and I'm not blaming anybody. It's all of us, and I don't think we had any players that I would say did really well today.